So the Continental, also John Wick, again, John Wick, call it John Wick, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. I want to talk about the Continental. So the Continental trailer came out, and again, it didn't really show much if you ask me, but it's the prequel series to John Wick. They're showing, the killer origins of the hotel itself. It's 3 episodes, miniseries, going to be on Peacock in September. Mel Gibson's in this shit, which I thought was pretty cool. Colin Widow, young Winston, Peter Green, Ben Robson. But the Continental is a popular hotel chain showcased throughout the films, and it's notorious for housing many hitmen and murderers, in case you were wondering. In this miniseries, fans will see the Continental Hotel, how it came to become famous, Assassin Hub, popular characters like Winston Scott, which was Ian McShane. You just see him coming into it and see his presence as a younger person, which I think could be a lot of fun to see him younger. And it's like it's the beginning of all of it. Now, before they were talking that maybe Keanu makes an appearance in this, but I don't know if they're going to flash forward maybe, or maybe it's like one of those things where he just is there and then like it starts with him and then they go back in time. But it's Peacock. So, and it was supposed to be on, it's supposed to be on a different network first. I'm going blank on what it was. But now it's on the Cock now. So it's on the Cock. So you can check it out very soon in September. Everybody, if you don't have the Peacock, get your friend's cock and then watch it.
Come on in, watch it. It's coming
on, But for me, I thought this trailer wasn't as good as I was expecting to be. Of course, it's a teaser, but I mean, they're banking
vague.
Really.
It's very vague.
Yeah,
is what.
And they're banking off of John Wick being out right now.
Of course,
that's pretty much what it is. They're banking off it.
Success of this John Wick franchise, obviously.
Sabrina, since you have watched this, let's get into it. Are you excited about this at all? Do you think this looks good, though, or do you think they're just not giving us enough for the Peacock?
I mean, I was getting into it. I'm sorry to steal your thunder, sir. I believe that I am desperately in love with John Wick. It's my favorite action franchise, and I will watch anything associated with it. Does that mean it's going to be good? Absolutely fucking not. I think this is going to rely heavily upon acting, because the actors are playing younger versions of our key cast at the Continental. And I think that is going to be paramount. Let's be clear. It's an action-driven film. Yes, writing is important and the story needs to be important. But 100%. I think the most important thing is these younger actors being able to capture the older version of themselves. You know what I mean? Like, and portray that to the audience. And obviously the action sequences are going to be there, because they're going to have the same stunt coordinators and the same people, figuring all those things out. So I think the action is going to be amazing. I just hope the acting is up to par.
I hope so. And the thing is, like, are they going to try to capture like the performances of these other actors too? That's always an interesting thing. Sometimes it's like one of my problems with the Shazam movie was that the kid, I think, and wasn't on the same level. They didn't seem like the same people. You know what I mean? He seemed more mature than Zachary Levi seemed like he was a bumbling kid.
But
so you gotta be able to be on the same page.
And a young version of Lance Reddick. And that's, they played 4 films very specifically. R.I.P. Lance. I love you, bro. But like you need to be able to capture that. For me, that's what's going to hinge on the success of this. I can't wait for it. I like you, Jacob, I just saw John Wick.
You saw John Wick today. Hell yeah.
2 weeks ago when it came out, but it was amazing. And I'm super, I've watched every other film since, again, the first, second, and third. And I'm really excited for this.
Lexi, are you excited about this at all? You saw the teaser. Are you a John Wick fan, or are you kind of like, about this?
So I saw the first one and I fell asleep.
Oh no! Fell asleep.
How is that even possible during John Wick?
And then I bought the film to see the fourth one in the theater, and then I went and watched the first one again and fell asleep.
Oh my god!
So no!
But the puppy.
But
the puppy, Mike says.
Yeah, I've seen his dog die 2-3 times now. So I know that much, and I've seen him hit someone's head into a car door a bunch of times, and some gun fu and stuff.
Probably
so I have a vague
700
idea
times
of what I'm getting myself into. I love Keanu Reeves with all my heart and soul, and even when Keanu Reeves was in that point in his career where everybody was mad at him and having that low point, I still loved him and embraced him. So I'm always here for him, and I will always be here for him. So I'm always here for Keanu Reeves. Doesn't matter what he does.
I like it.
Yeah, I hope that he has like at least some kind of tying factor, with this. But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. I expect this show to either use young Keanu Reeves from Bill and Ted and just Photoshop him onto someone else, or young Keanu Reeves from Dracula and Photoshop him onto someone else. I would prefer Dracula though.
See, the
and
weird
then use
thing...
that scene where he's like, I says, I must dash. Really
impression, drink,
impression. You
are Brian tonight,
I didn't. There was no.
That was one hundo an impression.
But I will drink.
100.
100.
I don't have any Mario stuff to impression tonight.
Thank God, please! I'm ready to slam my head against the wall. Just the word peaches is literally going to make me jump out of a window.
Peaches.
Through her webcam.
The thing I have to say about that, Lexi, is that they're casting a completely different person to play the younger version of Lance Reddick and the younger version of Ian McShane. So I can't see Keanu Reeves playing the younger version of himself. Like, I feel like there has to be some sort of future.
Who can be young Keanu Reeves, though?
I mean, but if Keanu Reeves is in it, he can't be playing young Keanu Reeves because they would just age.
Can play anything.
Oh, I agree.
He can play himself.
I agree.
He can play himself in all forms.
Which he manages by never actually acting.
Keanu Reeves can play like 1 year old.
Go fuck
like
yourself, Jacob.
I agree. I love
sessions. I defend Keanu
sorry,
Reeves.
Lexi. That was to the comment.
4 times a week.
To do with you.
I'm serious. I love him. I always maintain. I always maintain that realism is not always the actor's job.
Mike, are you?
Keanu Reeves can't play. None.
I agree. Get it, Keanu. Friend of the show. Friend of the fucking show. I'm gonna take a drink of that shit.
Let's get him on, Brian. Shoot him.
Keanu.
Right.
Next week, next Friday. Mike, are you excited about this at all? How do you feel about that trailer?
We could talk about this forever. The most salient point being that it's on your favorite network, Brian.
It's on the
Peacock. Who's gonna see it? Who has Peacock? I mean, I
have Peacock.
Yes, okay, you do. Yeah. I mean, they're
Peacock.
desperately looking for. That wasn't a dig, Sabrina.
So 3 out of 4 have
WWE
Peacock
fans
on this podcast, bro.
WWE?
3 out of 4 people.
Yeah,
so it looks like 75% of people have Peacock. Okay,
really?
Right.
Just
okay,
saying.
yeah.
Right.
I could just be in the dark ages. That could be true.
You're just missing out on that cock, Mike.
Let us know in the chat. Do you guys have Peacock or do you not have Peacock? We need to know.
Do you guys have Peacock? Otherwise, I think there's ideas to be mined in the Continental. Obviously, the level of violence in John Wick, I feel a little bit ambivalent about that. But not just as action movies, I also see them as they're fantasy movies. And in what I like in some fantasy movies is this kind of sub-world that's occurring beneath our world where all kinds of secret and mysterious things are going on. Like that was something that you saw in Neverwhere, like there's this secret conspiratorial underground, or if you remember in, I think it was Hellboy 2, they had the troll market, like it's just behind the walls, there's this whole other world. And I think that they really used that. They brought out the guns. Americans love that. They threw in the puppy. You get the puppy murder. You set the hook. That's
how I
line,
came
and
in.
Sinker.
That's how I came in. My brother made me watch it, and I saw that puppy die, and I was crying hysterically. And I'm like, "Why did you make me watch this fucking stupid fucking movie?" And he was like, "Just wait." And then the whole rest of the movie, I was like, "Kill every motherfucker you see," and that was it. I was fucking hooked.
So I think that they were using that level of mystery like to kind of propel us and keep us interested. So in the one way they're kind of like revealing the wizard. So I don't even know like how much it's going to be considered. You peel back the curtain and it's just a.
Okay, I gotcha.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Like, what am I missing in these movies? And, like, there's wizards.
A lot of things apparently.
Like, no wonder Mike loves these. I'm like,
I see wizards everywhere I look.
It's a safe space
for nerds.
Yeah, it depends on whether it's good or not. So presuming people get to go see it and everybody has Peacock but me, like then we'll see. Like because a lot of it does depend on casting, right? And a lot of it depends on if they're doing justice to this.
I feel like the casting is huge.
I
think they will do justice to it because it's the same people. You know what I mean? Like they will create the environment, but the acting has to be there.
You know what else it makes me think of for TV? Daredevil had that balletic action quality.
Balletic.
Balletic.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, in
Joffrey Ballet.
in episode form rather than movies. And obviously that was kung fu, but there's no reason not to do it with guns. I want to see those long single shots, like with crazy trick shots.
The way that he fights, it has more of like you said, like more of a dancing
Muscle
quality because he's like feeling out instead of looking at. So there's more of that like.
But he also was raised in a place that housed ballerinas and wrestlers. Like all the boys did wrestling and combat fighting, and all the girls were ballerinas. And that's why there's another spinoff called Ballerina. And I think Ana de Armas is the lead in that. So it's like basically revisiting also John Wick's origin as well as the origin of the Continental, because they grew up in the same place. Or maybe that part is exclusive to Ballerina. I don't know. Like it's very what's the right word? Poetic that you use balleretic, which is a very weird word, by the way, you and your giant words.
The cinematography and the choreography is out of control with John Wick.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the hyper violence go down a little bit smoother for me, because I'm like, you can't really argue with the fact that this is beautiful.
It really is. And it's so, and also he does most of his own stunts, but just to watch him, like in Parabellum, when he was on the fucking horse and on the side of the horse and the motorcycles were chasing him, I'm like, that is him doing that. That's insane. You know what I mean? Like for a regular person, I know like Tom Cruise does a lot of his own stunts, but like to that level, like it's very, very impressive to me, the fact that he is so immersed in that and does so much of that himself. And working in film for so long, like watching those fight sequences, you know what's real and what's not. And he is busting his fucking ass and
that's
kicking
very
ass
clear watching
all
the movies,
over the
for
fucking
sure.
screen. You know what I mean? Like
Who
it's so impressive.
Who could win in an actual fight? Tom Cruise or
Keanu
Reeves?
Keanu Reeves
Tom
all
Cruise.
day.
Ooh.
Tom
Keanu
Cruise
Reeves.
is 4 feet tall. Keanu Reeves would clothesline him once and he'd be lights out, bro.
Anybody in the comments want
Hey, you know what?
We've been proven in UFC that height is not an advantage.
Yeah.
So,
Listen,
like,
Do not underestimate the short guy.
all day.
Do not underestimate
absolutely.
him.
That's true. He's got the
And Tom
Scientology
Cruise's
rage
lips will kick your
behind
ass.
him,
That's all I'm
too.
saying.
Keanu Reeves is younger. He's taller. I believe he's stronger. And Tom Cruise has a little
all day.
bit of crazy working in his brain, I'm sure, from the Scientology situation.
Hey.
But other than that, I'm going to say there's no way that Tom Cruise could beat Keanu Reeves in a fight.
Is Cruise
I'm going
older?
to say Tom. Oh,
Tom
I think
Cruise
Cruise
is
is
a
older.
wizard.
Like the same age?
Tom Cruise is a wizard.
No, I
he
feel
has
like
that
he's
going
a bit
for him.
older.
He's a wizard.